In the bustling heart of Lamina city, a woman appeared, and with her arrival, the rhythm of the city changed forever. Her name was Nera, and she was breathtakingly beautiful, with skin that glowed like the city lights reflecting on wet streets at night, and eyes that sparkled with secrets like midnight stars over skyscrapers. Nobody knew where she came from, nor did anyone know her family or her past. She simply existed, walking among the crowd, yet set apart from them all. Her beauty was undeniable, but what captured men's attention most was the soft jingling of the waist bead she wore, its mysterious music echoing in their hearts, pulling them closer, whispering promises they could not resist. Every day, Nera walked through Silverline Market, Lamina city's busiest hub, her waist bead announcing her presence with its delicate chime. The men whispered about her in barbershops, cafes, and nightclubs. They argued over her, fought each other, and wasted fortunes trying to impress her. Nera allowed them to shower her with gifts, took their money, and let them believe she might one day belong to them. But there was one rule, an unbreakable condition. No man was allowed to remove her waist bead. Whenever they asked, she smiled, touched their cheek, and whispered, "It makes me sweeter." Blinded by desire, none questioned her. None understood the danger they were walking into. And so, the first victim emerged. Darius Cole, Lamina city's wealthiest businessman, owned high-rise towers, shipping companies, and luxury stores. His influence stretched from boardrooms to back alleys, and when he walked the streets, people parted like water before a ship. Yet, the day he saw Nera pass his penthouse lobby, the world he had built began to crumble. Her bead jingled, her hips swayed, and Darius's heart pounded like never before. "I must have her," he whispered, his voice trembling. That night, he sent her gold jewelry, designer clothes, and perfumes worth millions. She rejected them all. Obsessed, sleepless, and tormented, Darius finally went himself, promising her anything, if only she would be his. That was the night everything changed. Nera agreed to follow Darius to his skyscraper penthouse. There, bathed in moonlight, he reached for her waist bead. His fingers brushed against the cool, smooth gems that seemed to hum with strange energy. "Take it off," he begged, but she only smiled, whispering, "It makes me sweeter." Overcome with desire, he ignored the warning. That night, they were together, and by dawn, his empire began to collapse. First, one of his largest warehouses in Lumina's industrial district caught fire, burning millions of dollars in goods to ashes. Then, a violent storm tore through the city, flooding his mansion. By week's end, Darius had nothing. His company dissolved, his family abandoned him, and the once untouchable mogul became a beggar. News of Nera spread quickly through the city. Men fell at her feet, yet none returned whole. Among those who heard was Mayor Rodrigo Vance, Lumina's powerful leader. A man feared in politics, adored in public, and envied in private. He had wealth, wives, influence, and armies of loyal supporters. But when he saw Nera during a cultural festival, her presence halted the music, her waist bead silenced the drummers, and her smile pierced his guarded heart. "Who is she?" he demanded. "She is Nera, sir," a bodyguard replied. "She has no family, no history, but all men desire her." Rodrigo's hunger grew, and he declared, "Then I must have her." The mayor was about to meet his ruin. Unlike others, Mayor Vance sent emissaries carrying gold, diamonds, and promises of luxury. Nera rejected them all. "Tell the mayor," she said, "if he wants me, he must come himself." Against all pride and protocol, Rodrigo walked into her modest apartment in the city's old quarter. "Nera," he said, "come to my palace." She smiled softly. "Ask me with your heart, not your power." The mighty mayor begged, and so she followed him to his mansion. That night, under golden chandeliers, he touched her waist bead. "Take it off," he demanded. "No," she whispered, "it makes me sweeter." Rodrigo surrendered, and by dawn, betrayal had begun. His allies turned on him, his empire crumbled, and the people of Lamina revolted. Within weeks, Mayor Vance's life was unrecognizable. His closest aides plotted against him, his political allies abandoned him, and his household fell apart. Strange disasters struck, his bodyguards sickened, his investments failed, and even his prized collections vanished mysteriously. The citizens whispered in bars and markets, "The gods have left him," they said. Soon, Lumina's once great leader found himself chased from office. Stripped of power, and fleeing the city at night, his name forever stained. Nera, however, walked the neon-lit streets with her waist bead jingling softly, her smile untarnished, her beauty unbroken. Another powerful man had fallen, and still, more waited. Among them was Ethan Marlowe, the city's rising star banker. Ethan Marlowe had everything a young man could want: money stacked higher than skyscrapers, a stylish wife who turned heads at charity galas, and children who carried his proud name. His marble-floored mansion overlooked the skyline, and his suits were tailored in Milan. But all of it became meaningless the moment he saw Nera in Silverline Market. Her waist bead chimed. Her eyes caught his, and Ethan forgot his wife, children, and wealth. He approached, his voice trembling. "I must have you." She tilted her head, her lips curving into a smile. "Must you?" Ethan's chest tightened. "Please," he whispered, "I will do anything." She touched his hand, nodded once, and that night, he sealed his fate. In the dim light of his luxury suite, Ethan kissed her, his fingers brushing over her waist bead. "Why don't you take it off?" he asked, mesmerized by its cold, smooth touch. "No," Nera whispered, "it makes me sweeter." Ethan surrendered. The next morning, his world turned upside down. At his bank, his boss confronted him with fury. "Where is the missing money?" Ethan stammered. Millions were gone, and all signs pointed to him. He protested, but no one listened. By noon, guards dragged him out, disgraced. By evening, his wife discovered the scandal and left with their children. In just 1 week, Ethan lost his career, his family, and his name. Still, Nera's waist bead jingled on the streets of Lamina. By now, Nera's curse had claimed 17 men. Lamina City was no longer the same. Men who fell for her were stripped of wealth, sanity, and family. Some begged for food outside subway stations. Some wandered aimlessly, speaking to shadows. Others lost everything overnight. Women began to mimic her, wearing waist beads too, hoping to capture a fraction of her power. But theirs were mere ornaments, none carried the strange, destructive magic of Nera's bead. The city whispered in fear, "She is a curse." Yet, even knowing the danger, men continued to chase her. For when she smiled, when the beads jingled, reason vanished. They told themselves, "I will not fall like the others." They were always wrong. Among those who noticed Nera was Marcus Blaine, a notorious entrepreneur with a reputation for breaking hearts. He had married 15 women, each leaving after catching him with others. To Marcus, women were games, fleeting pleasures. He watched Nera from a distance, not chasing her like the others. He studied her, waited, and finally approached with calm confidence. "I want you," he said, his voice steady. Nera smiled. "Then have me," she whispered, brushing her fingers along his arm. That night, she lay in his loft, candlelight dancing across her glowing skin. But unlike others, Marcus noticed something different, something strange: the bead. And for the first time, Nera's rule was challenged. Marcus was no ordinary man. As his fingers traced Nera's waist bead, he frowned. Its energy was unnatural, its coldness unsettling. "Take it off," he ordered. Nera's lips curved into her familiar smile. "No," she whispered, "it makes me sweeter." Marcus narrowed his eyes. "No," he repeated, "take it off or leave." For the first time, Nera's heart raced. No man had ever refused her. She tried again, leaning close, her breath warm against his ear. "You'll enjoy it more with it on." But Marcus did not yield. "There is no next time," he said firmly. Her smile faltered. Fear flickered in her eyes. And then, in one swift move, Marcus grabbed the bead and snapped it apart. The sound of the bead snapping echoed like thunder. Nera screamed, her body convulsing, her skin burning as if fire lived beneath it. She bolted from Marcus's loft, running naked through Lumina's streets. Residents poured out of high-rises, stunned to see the once unshakable beauty trembling, broken, and wild. She clawed at her skin, her voice tearing through the night. Then, words spilled out, truths long hidden. "I was nothing," she wailed, collapsing on the pavement. "A hungry girl, no father, no mother, no home. I begged my grandmother, a witch feared by all, for riches. She gave me this bead. For every man I lay with, I would take his fortune. I needed 21. Marcus was the last. But he broke it. The crowd gasped, their fear shifting into rage. Fathers, brothers, and sons had been destroyed by Neera's curse. Wives had been widowed, children left hungry, families ruined. Now they knew the truth. Stones appeared in their hands, anger burning in their eyes. "You ruined my husband," one woman cried, throwing the first stone. Another shouted, "You destroyed my brother." One by one, they hurled their fury at her. Neera screamed, begged, wept, but the stones rained down until her cries faded, her body broken and still. The bead lay shattered beside her, its power gone forever. Lamina City had punished the witch. But punishment brought no peace. Something deeper remained unsettled. When Neera's body lay lifeless in the city square, silence fell. The people waited for change, for wealth to return, for families to mend, for sanity to be restored. But nothing happened. Darius Cole still begged in the marketplace. Mayor Rodrigo remained exiled, forgotten. Ethan Marlowe remained disgraced and alone. The curse had not lifted, the damage endured. Only Neera's story remained, whispered across streets and rooftops, told in bars and bedtime tales. Parents warned their daughters never to seek power through shortcuts. They warned their sons that not everything beautiful is safe. And even now, when the night wind whistles through Lamina City streets, some swear they still hear it, the faint, ghostly jingling of a broken waist bead. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and turn your notifications bell so that you can be notified when I drop another interesting and captivating story. And please don't forget to share what you learnt from the story too. Love you all.